What's up, everyone? It is your boy Victor Freeze, and today we're gonna do something a little different. You see the Liu Kang on the screen, but I want to talk about how Liu Kang plays, give him a little breakdown, and how if you like Liu Kang, you can play him a little bit better. So, excuse me, trust me, I am not an expert. I am not that dude. I am not Ninja Killer, but I'm gonna just give you some stuff you could do on the early parts of this game and even up to higher competition in some instances. So Liu Kang has, a fireball. He has, some things that you have to respect from long distance, so you don't have to always get in unless Jade's there. But then listen, we all have our problems. Liu Kang is a pressure monster. You see the staggers? He is scared to press a button. I like that stagger. It may just look like, man, he's doing the same move over and over again, he's spamming. No. What I am doing is setting up the rest of my offense. Because he could throw out, it's a whole mind game with the staggers. Is he gonna jab through my negative frames, or is he gonna sit there thinking the other hit's gonna come? It's a whole mind game that I control. Like, I can control the pace of a game with these staggers, which is what I like about Liu Kang. Plus, his fireball is really good when you have the lead, person is trying to get in, and you're like, you know what? Let me just throw a couple out there, mix up the timing a little bit, and you catch him like that. It's great for situations just like that. And he has staggers off many of his moves. He can do the 1-2, the square triangle into a stagger. He can do the kicks is the main stagger. That stance kind of sucks. Don't use that stance. I just use it because nobody really expects it. You know what I'm saying? Look at this read.
Butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow.
Look at the fucking read. You do not wake up against Liu Kang's. You just roll out. You just roll out. Cause if I predicted that is half of your life, you're gonna die. So the reason I like Liu Kang is that most of his tools work well with his game plan. His game plans are the staggers, right? What can beat staggers? Well, what can beat staggers is if you poke through the pressure. Most people poke with down one because it's fast and it's safe on block. But if I read that, it go for the parry, the hard read. We call that the ultra hard read. You're losing your life. That crushing blow is so good. Works off of punish, or if they're too late with their stagger punish, the kick hits him in the face, it's over for him. That crushing blow is so good. So you may just be like, you know what, Victor Freeze, you're doing this move. You saw me go for the dragon parry right there. You go for this move, and they just stand there. Like, why don't they just hit you? Because the fear of the dragon parry, the fear that I'm gonna keep going with the string, and the fear that I can do a special move that will fill in the gap of a stagger, which will hit him. So, and plus with Liu Kang, I do tons of grabs. What grabs make people do is mash, which means I get stagger punishes that I want. So with Liu Kang, you have to be patient. You have to know what you're doing to a certain extent. You have to read and react, pretty much, and you have to get in there. Liu Kang doesn't have the greatest range. He doesn't have like a Kano move where he sticks his leg out, covers like a part of the screen. He doesn't have range like Raiden. He doesn't have range like Baraka. Speaking of Baraka, here he is. I've lost to this guy before in the previous match. I mean, in the previous set we did. So I was like, you know what? Let me get that run back. And safe to say it didn't. God damn.
God damn it!
I fucking hate that shit. Cause Baraka's, look at that damage. That's the simplest combo ever. But this is gonna be a get in your face fight with Baraka, and you know what I'm saying, we're gonna scrap it out. So here's a couple of things that I think would help Liu Kang a lot. Make his stance faster. Give him an overhead out of the stance. Yes, the second hit of the triangle out of the Shaolin stance is an overhead, but it's it's like, if I see the first hit, obviously I'm gonna stand up. Like, there's no way you could cancel out of that stance. Like, I think the stance is pretty fucking horrible, but because like they can safely like pressure out of the stance unless they just don't know what they're doing. So yeah. But like, if Liu Kang had an overhead, that would be pretty. He'd be pretty nasty. So right here, I'm losing the fireball war, so I go in. I go in with the staggers, and that's plus that final kick. But you can flawless block it. But if I read that you're gonna flawless block it, I can just grab you. So it's this is what it is right here, and you could get big damage if you make harder reads. What I mean by that is, you can go for his forward 3 string, and like if you do the first 2 hits and they pause, by the time they realize what's going on, you could do the next 4 hits and get a traditional combo. Like, so you don't have to fully rely on the forward 4 string. You can do the forward 3 string, and it'll throw off their timing a little bit. And everything like this counts. As you see, blind kick is a great check from like 3/4 screen. If I see them move a muscle, the flying kick comes out. And as you can see, I'm in Wuxi Legend for the first couple of matches because he was throwing a lot of fireballs, and I was like, you know what, I can parry him. But I forgot Baraka's fireballs are fast as fuck. So he just jabs out. This Baraka was a really good test for me as I get the first game there. Cause Baraka, you know, you fuck up once, Baraka's taking your life. And like, you know, I play Baraka too, so, but not this variation. So it's kind of good to see this Baraka play so I can get some tips. But anyway, he's comboing me right now. Look at that damage, and he's reading me like a book. But we get the stagger pressure. We get him in the corner. Jumping out doesn't no good. Too bad I finished the string so he could punish me. And I tried to whiff punish that. I was a little too far back. I should have done another string. Also with Liu Kang, I'm not doing it here because I suck. But from what I've learned, if you throw the back 1-2-4 string, and they'll be like, man, what the fuck is that? It'll catch him ducking, because if they're expecting the first 2 punches, the 1-2, which is plus, the 1-2 by itself plus is shit. The back 1-2-4, not he's just gonna keep going, huh? He's not gonna put me down. Shit, that brutality's fucking awesome, man. Holy shit. Yeah, I got fucked over right there. But we're back in it. We're downstairs now. I didn't like the Coliseum. The people were cheering too loud. It's time to go downstairs and quiet it down a bit. I usually stay with the beast. The crushing blow, I love getting it as soon as possible. Get that early damage off. And I made the read.
What is a king to a god?
So, if you noticed the last game, he started to poke through my stagger pressure, which is why I switched to Lohan Quan with the Dragon Parry. So now it gives him another thing to think about. It gives him another option that I can do to throw off his timing a little bit. So I think I think this adjustment was good, because now I have the low fireball and I have the parry and the stance, which it has some uses. See, right now I'm just grabbing this man. I made the small read, but it could have been a heavy read. I thought he was gonna roll out, which is why I didn't do the heavy read. But he tries to jab it again, and I'm like, no, sit here and take this pressure that I put on you. And you know, since he did a brutality, it's only right that I flawless him and do a fatality, because that's the type of guy I am. If you ever play me online in this game, I'm disrespectful. I may teabag you, I'm gonna fatality you almost every match, and I'm gonna make you watch it. So now we're on to game point for good old me, and I figured the Baraka player is gonna go in and, you know, try to bring it to 2-2. So, you know, doing a little fireball spacing right there. If I get ahead in the fireball war, make Baraka come to me, that's always good. He's inching his way forward. I think, you know, I thought he was gonna do the full screen overhead. He did not. Goes for plus frames. I wait for the sweep, so I get him. And we're back full screen. He's beating me up in this fireball war right now, so I'm inching my way in. That mid meter burn. Remember when Baraka's was a medium? That sucked. So I get him with the crushing blow to read.
What you reading, Victor? Oh, just reading my opponent.
Did you see that sexy man on the screen telling you what I just did to this Baraka, the King of Tarkata? I was reading him like a book. I knew he was gonna get up and do something. I didn't know he was gonna go for his fatal blow. But hey, man, a read is a read. So you should learn a little bit here, because Liu Kang is all about making your opponent guess what's coming next. And it's not all about overheads or lows. It's about, okay, I'ma stagger you, and if you duck, if you duck without blocking, anticipating a throw, I have tools for that. If you just keep blocking, I'ma just stagger you forever, doing chip damage to you until you press a button. If you try to press something through my string, I could go for the dragon parry. If you press something too late, you get crushing blowed or you get knocked away. And I probably have the life lead, so these fireballs are gonna start taming your ass. There's just so many things with Liu Kang that I like about him in this game. And it could get a little monotonous sometimes, I gotta admit, which is why I play other characters like Kano, like Ray Dog, like Jackie, and like Shao Kahn. But I think Liu Kang will always be my main in this game until they buff Shao Kahn. Now once they buff Shao Kahn, all bets are off. But I'ma sign out, man. Thank y'all for watching. It's Victor fucking Freeze, and I'll see y'all next time.